Hi everyone, I'm joined here with Luliano Salvetti, but unfortunately he does not speak that great of English, so his grandson is here as well to translate. Thank you for taking the time to be with me today.
Of course.
So my first question I really want to ask you is basically, what part of Italy are you really from?
So my grandfather is originally from a northern town in Tuscany in northern Italy called Bani di Lucca, and it's 20 minutes outside of a famous walled city called Lucca. And in World War II, that city they have 20 feet thick walls, and it acted as a sanctuary for local Italian residents.
I did not know that. That's really interesting, actually. So was your grandfather involved in the war at all, or?
Yeah, my grandfather was drafted into the war as a 18-year-old, and he didn't want to fight on the front lines, so he injured himself to become part of the newspaper division, and that's where he served the remaining 3 years of his mandatory sentence. And
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
What was the most difficult challenge that you faced coming as an immigrant to America?
The most difficult challenge he faced was really just finding work and
Mhm.
changing people's opinions about immigrants. And when he got here, he didn't go to school. He was just trying to find work and sustain himself. And that's when he started his restaurant and decided to just find work on his own and become a chef. He didn't have any culinary formal teaching or anything, but he started his restaurant and it was successful for 35 years.
That's awesome. What's his restaurant called?
It was called La Felce, and it was in North Beach, the Italian district of San Francisco.
It's really dope. That's awesome. This is probably not that great of a question, but do you regret your decision on coming into America? Or
I don't think, he said he doesn't think so because he has his family back in Italy and he had many siblings, and only 2 of them have actually come to America and immigrated when they were younger, and they have much better lives than his siblings at home. But I think it's a trade-off. I think he said he liked that he liked being home and he loves home, but America was where the opportunity was,
Yeah,
and America was the best for him.
it's kind of what every immigrant kind of goes through these nowadays. That's
Yeah.
the reason they want to come here so badly, is just because of all the opportunities.
Yeah.
And obviously, you probably have been, or your grandfather probably has been back to Italy ever since he left.
Yes, he actually loves going back to Italy. He still owns his uncle's home from his childhood in his childhood town, and he goes back for 3 months out of the year for the whole summer.
Oh, so
And-
he goes really frequently.
Yeah, he goes every year for 3 months. He goes and spends time with his sisters who are in their 90s and his cousins and grandchildren, all that. So,
That's really cool.
mhm.
And what is the one thing you like more about America than you did in Italy?
He said he likes the public transit way more because in Italy you really need to buy a car to be able to go anywhere. And moving to San Francisco with all the public transportation, he loved going on buses and talking to new people and seeing new faces. And public transit was really where he tried to learn most of his English too, with just conversations with people.
That's really interesting, actually. He learned a lot of his English just from the public transportation in America.
Going to and from work to his restaurant.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, I guess that's all I really had planned for this interview. I thank you for taking the time to be with me today, and have a great solid day.
Of course, you too.